All right, so guys, in this class, we're going to be critiquing the submissions that some of you have sent, and we're just basically going to be talking about the concepts behind it and how it could be better. So I'm just going to share my screen, and then all of the mentors can view the submissions, and then we can critique them accordingly. All right, so Anush, you can start with this.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Asha, so with this, there are a lot of things wrong with this picture. First of all, जिसकी भी है, can you type in the chat कि ये किस topic के लिए आपने खींची थी? You can type in the chat if the participant is here. Jeannie, I don't think that she is here. Can you tell me किस topic के लिए थी?
This was for, I think this was for contrast. This was for contrast.
अच्छा, even for contrast, I don't get it. आप यहाँ पे कौन सा contrast दिखाना चाह रहे हैं यहाँ पे जो participant है यहाँ पे? Because first of all, they are following no rule here. ठीक है, ना symmetry, ना rule of thirds, not anything. Secondly, even if you're trying to show a contrast between the pink flower and the green leaves, you should focus on the subject more, as we taught in the class grades wali. Whenever you want to focus on your subject, ऊपर से negative space छोड़े, नीचे से positive space छोड़े, center में अपनी image को symmetry में place करें. Or in this image, I can't see any symmetry or anything. So for me, it doesn't fit the topic of contrast. For me, it's just a random click that someone picked their phone up and took this picture. So it doesn't go with the topic, at least for me. I think you should give your opinion on this one.
For me, this picture is I mean, I can see that she's trying to show the contrast of colors in this, लेकिन इसमें ना तो composition का rule हुआ है, and it's not symmetrical either. And I think that's all that I have to say. कि इसकी बस मुझे composition का मसला लगा था, but I get the concept she's trying to show here. Vanya?
Yes. So as a picture without the topic that was given, it's okay. But as they were given a topic which was contrast, I think you should try with something that would be more prominent with the topic contrast. And as Anush mentioned, the composition, it has a problem. But as for the beginners, I think it was a good try. That's all.
Okay, I'm going to the next picture now. This is the next one. Now in this picture, I don't really understand the concept being shown. I don't know if it's perspective. Like perspective, what you could have done is you could have taken a picture through something else. मतलब अगर आपने in markers की pictures लेनी थी, तो you could have taken इनकी picture किसी चीज के अंदर से, ताकि उसका different perspective नजर आए. ये तो बस एक थोड़ा सा tilted angle है. So I don't think that's really. I mean, I get it, but like it could have been better. Nanush?
So can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sure, right. So in this picture, I am assuming कि ये picture और जो पिछली picture थी, it's by the same photographer क्योंकि इसमें same मसला है. There's nothing like as such wrong with the composition because subject में कुछ है. The picture is basically a picture of a few markers laying on the ground. पीछे वाले angle से ली हुई है. It's not something you will take from a photographer's perspective. ठीक है. I can see any composition. I can see any rules being followed. I don't see any minor adjustments that would make the picture pop out. What you could have done instead of this was कि आप markers को रख दी नीचे. Center में आप रखते कोई भी different color का marker और आप top down picture लेके इसे contrast के लिए भी ले सकते थे. It's all about choosing the right angles, choosing the right subjects, knowing how to focus on things and following the grid. इसमें भी the grid is not being followed at all. I can't. आप अगर आप इसको कोई भी आप इस पे रूल अप्लाई नहीं कर सकते, and that is what's bothering me for this one. See composition में काफी मसला है. Zenia.
Vanya.
Yes. So with considering other things as the composition or the colors, I would only say one thing, that if the topic, if you're getting a topic, you should try with things which are different, but the topic should be very prominent. If any of the person sees it, they should know that this is for that topic. So I don't think the topic is really getting prominent in this picture. Yes, that's all.
Okay, I'm going to the next picture now. This is for contrast, I'm assuming, and this is actually a very good picture. But what I feel is that, like, what's bothering me is that the line or cup is not directly in the center. Other than that, I really like this picture. And yeah, Anush.
This is a good picture, to be very honest. Even for a contrast topic, this is a good picture. My only problem with this is it's not like framed in the center पूरी तरह. थोड़ा सा बेहतर पेपर को पीछे करते ऊपर से थोड़ी सी खाली स्पेस छोड़ी जाती. So this could have been better. Zenia, can you show this picture without the entire black background? हल्का सा change करके. अच्छा. I see. All right, yeah. This is a pretty good picture for contrast. It's really appealing. It's aesthetically very pleasing. But it's वही वाला सीन है कि ऊपर से ना थोड़ी सी और space छोड़ी जा सकती थी ताकि ये बिल्कुल center में place होता. Overall, this is a really good picture.
I think it's a good picture. I'm okay with that. I think it's a good picture. And it's really aesthetic.
Should I move on to the next one?
Yes.
This is for perspective. What I feel in this picture is that it's just a different angle of a subject, and like इससे कोई perspective related चीज नहीं नजर आ रही मुझे. ठीक है? It's like you're just taking a picture of the subject from a different angle. ये वो markers वाला scene था कि उसमें भी you were just taking a picture of a random subject from a different angle. That doesn't make it perspective. Perspective is something, you can, like, एक चीज से कुछ लगे, like एक जगह से कुछ लगे, दूसरी जगह से कुछ और लगे, or something, the picture of a subject through something else. ठीक है? So again, इसका वही था, I just think it's a picture from a different angle, and you could have, experimented more with this topic. Anush.
I agree with Zenia. Yeah, this is not picture जो आप perspective की category में दे सकते हैं. ठीक है. First of all, the picture is cropped. Even हमारा subject तक पूरा इस पे नहीं है. ठीक है. If you look at the no, तो N is cropped ऊपर से भी नीचे से भी. And perspective is basically something when you shoot a picture किसी object के through different perspective show करे तो जो इंसान normally नहीं देखेगा. This is just you sitting by your neon sign and taking a picture हल्का सा टेढ़ा. No rules are being followed. There's no proper space ऊपर या नीचे for the subject to focus our attention, and it's just bland for me. So yeah, it's not that good. Vanya, you should.
See, the perspective पे जब बात आती है, you should try different angles, because like there are more than a million angles you could try with the topic perspective. It's a great topic. So they should have tried with like different angles and play with different angles. So I think it's okay, but it would be better if the angles were more different and like that. That's all.
Okay, I'm going to the next picture. This is for perspective. I think this is a really nice picture, and boy, I was talking about how you should take the picture of a subject through something else. So I really like this picture because जो हमने पिछली क्लास में explain किया था कि like you could potentially take a picture of something through something else. So I also think कि इसकी वो framing भी ठीक है. और हाँ, I think it also reflects the topic that you were given. Anush?
For like it's good for a perspective picture. आपने एक see through object किया है, एक ऑब्जेक्ट को लेके आप इसके पीछे का सब्जेक्ट बेस करके आपने पिक्चर खींची. It looks really good. The colors are good too and सब कुछ अच्छा है except for one thing. इसकी फ्रेम में एक हल्का सा मसला है. लेफ्ट साइड से थोड़ा सा अगर और क्रॉप होता राइट की तरफ तो the picture would have been perfectly symmetrical और ये सब्जेक्ट बिल्कुल सेंटर में फ्रेम होता. It's बाकी उसके अलावा it's following all the rules. ये वो अक्सर ये होता है कि photographers ignore this छोटी सी mistake के they want to crop their pictures properly ताकि वो एक proper frame में पूरी grade में पूरी आए symmetrical लगे. So it's a good picture. It's not a bad picture. हल्का सा framing का issue मैंने आपको समझा दिया. Vania?
Yes, it's a good picture, and that it's been done with something different. Like it's been done with the portrait aspect. That's something good. Yes, it's a good picture, and that minor thing about the framing, not a lot of people will notice that. But someone who knows about the framing would notice that. So if they could like get that really minor thing straight, the picture would be more good. But it's a good picture. That's all.
This is the next one. First of all, I think that this taking a picture of the sky through a basketball loop, I think first of all, this is very cliche. Second of all, अगर आप इससे if you really wanted to take a picture like this, what you could do is you could stand directly under this hoop and you could shoot a picture of the sky. लेकिन अगर sky हो भी ना तो I mean obviously this is not very convenient, but like I would shoot अगर मुझे कोई ऐसा topic मिलता and if I had this basketball hoop near me, what I would do is I would stand under it and I'd try to find like some bird in the sky like which is directly above it or maybe like wait till it flies. Obviously it's hard and it requires a lot of patience. To make it something different that's what I would do. ठीक है तो उसमें मतलब you could see the basketball hoop as well, but उसके साथ साथ you could also इसमें perspective वाला भी आ जाता, उसकी topic भी आ जाती, उसकी topic highlight हो जाती. So that's what I would have done. But otherwise, I just think taking a picture like this is very cliche, and obviously you could brainstorm more over this topic. Anush?
अच्छा यार एक तो आई कैन टेक यू कि मैंने कितनी पिक्चर्स ऐसी देखी हैं लोगों की जब इन्हें पर्सपेक्टिव का टॉपिक दिया जाता है. आई एग्री विद Rinia, it's basically a cliche. Secondly, this picture itself is not पूरे फ्रेम लूप जो है वो आधा कटा हुआ है. ठीक है अगर बास्केटबॉल की ही लेनी थी तो नीचे का एंगल लिया जा सकता था, सीधा लूप और उसके ऊपर आसमान नजर आ रहा है एंड बास्केटबॉल शूट कर रहा था. दैट वुड हैव मेक एक अच्छा पर्सपेक्टिव की इमेज. वरना दिस इज लाइक रियली क्लीशे एंड इट्स नॉट अ गुड क्लीशे आइदर. सो I guess yeah, that's it.
Okay, so I don't know. I don't like the angle really much. The same thing that it should be prominent, but it should be different. A lot of people would be doing it with the sky, and it's something a lot of people do. So it is something which is different, and you would really like. It's a good picture, but I don't like the angle. Yes, that's all.
All right. I'm not sure what topic this picture was highlighting. So whoever sent it in, please type it in the chat box. कि कौन सी topic की पिक्चर है. Second of all, um, I think that मतलब पहले तो इसकी फ्रेमिंग के साथ मुझे मसला लग रहा है, ठीक है. एंड सेकेंड ऑफ ऑल अगेन टेकिंग पिक्चर्स ऑफ फ्लावर्स इज वेरी क्लीशे, ठीक है, सब करते हैं. मतलब people just take pictures of flowers, mostly amateur photographers. But again, I think even if it's for contrast, I don't see any sort of contrast in this, ठीक है. वही colors वाला contrast आ रहा है जो कि इतना भी prominent नहीं है. अगर आप इसको ऊपर से ले लेना तो फिर भी थोड़ा सा green and red वाला contrast नजर आ जाना था. And if it's perspective, तो तब तो मुझे इसकी बिल्कुल भी समझ नहीं आ रही, ठीक है. You could have, whoever took this, like you could have brainstormed over this topics a little more and think outside the box basically. And I asked you guys that you can take inspiration online as well. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Anush.
यार आई डोंट नो ये पर्सपेक्टिव की, ये कंट्रास्ट की, बट पिक्चर देख के मुझे लग रहा है कि इसमें ज़रा भी एफर्ट पुट नहीं की, ये बस कैमरा से लेके सेंड कर दी गई है. ये ना कंट्रास्ट के टॉपिक से, ये किसी भी टॉपिक के साथ भी जा सकती है. Even if you're going for the colors wala contrast, it's not going to be that one. It's a very random picture that you would find in your phone. Okay? It's like my 5-year-old niece took my phone and she snapped this picture. It's इसकी कोई composition नहीं, कोई framing नहीं है, कोई top. Yeah, that's it.
Like, should I? Okay. So firstly, the picture with the colors, like the colors, this should be like in a really good shade. Like we know that the flowers, be it any time of the day, the colors of the flowers and the green shade, it should be at least something similar to how it is. Like there should be some freshness in those colors. The colors are really blurred out and they're really dulled. So there's something that is really important if you do it with the flowers. The vibrancy of their colors should be vibrant. So that's the thing that I don't like. Yes, that's all.
Also another thing, like I'm noticing इसका जो main light source है ना वो पीछे है, ठीक है. You're taking the picture of the flowers against the light source. You're supposed to take them जहाँ जिस direction में light आ रही है ना उसी direction में आपने खड़े होना है, ठीक है, ताकि उसके ऊपर directly सारी light आए. Now इधर से like जिस angle से picture ली हुई है, I don't see any nice lighting, ठीक है. Lighting मुझे background में नजर आ रही है, ठीक है. And you were supposed to stand in the other direction. शायद उससे थोड़ी सी बेहतर हो जाती, like उससे colors वैसे बेहतर लग जाने थे. But like regardless of this picture, this is just a very important thing that you all have to remember कि light source के against कभी picture नहीं लेते. Okay, I'm going on. This picture, I'm assuming, is contrast. Again, I think taking pictures of flowers is very cliche. ठीक है. And इसमें I don't see any such framing or composition. And बस ये है कि उसमें कलर्स थोड़े से बेहतर लग रहे हैं. और हाँ, अनुष. Is Anush there? Vanya, you can give your critique if he's not there.
Okay. So firstly, yes, the colors are good, but like thoda sa upar se and like thoda sa aage se if the picture was taken, so the angle and the framing of the picture would be more cool, but it's a good picture. The colors are okay. Yes, that's all.
अच्छा can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hello, can you guys hear me now?
Yes. So guys, I think Anush is having problems with his internet, so we're just gonna go forward to the next picture. All right, so this is one of the submissions. Basically, I think that this is for perspective. And again, like I said, taking a picture of a subject from a different angle is not considered as perspective. ठीक है? I mean, थोड़ी सी और thought put कर देते into this topic, and you could have taken a picture of literally anything, even this decoration piece, through something else, ठीक है? Or just from, just giving more thought to this topic and, getting a better outcome. That's all. Vanya or Anush, whoever's there.
Um, I can share you. अच्छा so I agree with Zinia. नीचे से कोई एंगल लेना या डिफरेंट एंगल से पिक्चर लेना doesn't mean कि आप पर्सपेक्टिव की पिक्चर ले रहे हो. When you're taking a picture for the topic of perspective, तो उसका मतलब है showing us the subject from a different angle, and this is not following any of that. So like, this is not an interesting picture. It's not even in complete focus. So yeah, it's not that good.
Okay. So firstly, this picture could have been really good. अगर पीछे जो background is सारा, it would be a little more balanced out, because like there's a lot of focus on the background and really less focus on the picture. So if there was like, if it was put outside कहीं जहाँ पीछे sky है, तो it would have given a really cool picture, और थोड़ा सा more focus on the horse and less focus on the shoes. So like thoda sa focus agar sahi se spread hota, so it would be more like more of a good picture. But yes, that's all.
Also, I think that because background में इतना सारा कुछ हो रहा है, it's kind of distracting. Like when you look at the picture immediately, आपकी आंखें सबसे पहले it's जो पीछे से light source आ रहा है उसके ऊपर जाएंगी, ठीक है? And that's what I think. It's kind of distracting. Like it's gonna take you a few seconds to actually figure out कि you're taking a picture of this horse, ठीक है? At first, you try to figure out कि background में आप किसी सी picture लेना चाह रहे हो, क्योंकि पहले तो light source बहुत distracting है. उसके बाद जो पीछे चीजें हैं ये भी बहुत distracting है. So remember, when you're taking a picture of something of one particular subject, make sure उसके background में कोई distractions ना हो, ठीक है? You have to make sure कि viewer का main focus is on the subject itself, ठीक है? So इसमें you can't really figure out कि subject क्या है, because the background is kind of distracting. Also, Anush, you didn't critique the last picture, so I'm going back again so you can give your critique. Okay, guys, I think his connection is having issues. Okay. Anyway, so this picture is, I think it's on contrast. पहले तो इसकी framing का मसला है, ठीक है? मतलब right side से ये थोड़ा सा crop हुआ है, left side के ऊपर थोड़ी सी space है, ठीक है? पहले तो वो आती है बात, ठीक है? And I also think इसका angle could have been better, ठीक है? But other than that, I get that you're trying to show the red and white का शायद contrast ठीक है, but this would have looked better if you really wanted to show contrast, you could have tried to just pick this up and taken it somewhere जहाँ का background black हो ठीक है. अगर आपका कोई ब्लैक टी शर्ट है उसके ऊपर रख लो एंड फिर ऊपर से पिक्चर ले लो, जस्ट मेक श्योर कि साइड्स नजर ना आए ठीक है. सो उससे ब्लैक और रेड का कॉन्ट्रास्ट इज गोना बी मोर अपीलिंग एंड उसमें it's going to like the topic you're trying to show will be clearer as well. Anush or Vanya.
Okay, so first okay, you can go.
Yeah, I agree with you. एक तो this picture is cropped, ठीक है. I don't see the point of contrast or perspective here. Yeah, Vanya, do you want to go first?
Yes, okay. Yes, so I would say that in contrast, if this thing, whatever it is, if it was a little, it would have given some contrast. And even in contrast, the colors should be seen. If you're giving a color contrast, you should see what colors are you giving a contrast with. I don't think this red and blue, this shade of blue, like, were they allowed to edit?
Just enhancing colors, that's it.
Okay, so she could have done a little with the background so that the contrast is more balanced and more appealing. Yes, that's all.
Acha, yeah, so like for me, I can't consider this photography. This is just a bad picture overall. No framing, no composition, no theme is being followed here. ठीक है, आपके पास एक कलरफुल ऑब्जेक्ट था रेड कलर का, आप उसको किसी प्लेन बैकग्राउंड पे रखते, टॉप डाउन पिक्चर लेते सही तरीके से, फोन से ही लाइट करके पिक्चर अच्छी आ जाती. दिस इज नॉट फोटोग्राफी. Genie, you can move on to the next one.
All right. अच्छा, अब I don't know what this is ठीक है. If she's trying to show contrast, सबसे पहले तो I said only enhancing colors was allowed. ये बहुत ज़्यादा edit हुई है ठीक है. Second of all, अगर आपने edit करना भी होता है ना, तो you remember that you're always supposed to edit a picture एक smart तरीके से ठीक है. I get that you were trying to show that the sky is purple, but can the clouds ever be purple? पहली बात तो ये ठीक है. एंड उसके अलावा लाइक व्हेन यू एडिट इट ना, तो इतनी हैवी एडिटिंग नहीं करते कि अभी जो स्काई का ग्रेडियंट है फ्रॉम लाइट पिंक टू ब्लू जो जा रहा है, इसमें यू कैन लिटरली सी के इसका ग्रेडियंट इजंट इवन ठीक है. दिस मीन्स कि आपकी एडिटिंग बहुत ज़्यादा हुई हुई है ठीक है. यू हैव टू टोन योर एडिटिंग डाउन अ लिटिल. सेकेंड ऑफ ऑल, इसकी कॉम्पोजिशन नहीं है ठीक है. Obviously now you can't pick up a tree and put it in the middle. So you could have held something else against the sky, around purple sky दिखाना भी था. You could have held something else against the sky ठीक है, और उसका black silhouette आ जाना था against this purple sky. That would have been kind of better. And second of all, this is a very basic picture ठीक है. It's very very basic. And the wires are also very distracting. This is something which would go on your story, but this won't qualify as a professional photograph ठीक है. मतलब थोड़ी सी एफर्ट डालते हैं. और हाँ, अनुष. Vanya.
Okay, so first,
Genie, are you done? Okay.
Yes, I'm done. Vanya, तुम बोल लो.
okay, so firstly, this picture is per contrast, is it?
I'm guessing yes.
Okay, Okay, so firstly, we don't know what the topic is not prominent if it's contrast or it's perspective, they're not prominent. Second, and then about the colors, if he or she had to show the sky, the clouds, I think with the sky there are clouds. So if the picture was taken at an angle where there were more clouds, because when you edit, and I see editing is done. So if the person had to do a little more of the creative editing where it seems a little unreal, then they should have done it in with more clouds and giving that creative effect overall. But this is somewhere in the middle, like it's not really creative and it's not real as well. And the time of the day, if you're considering the sky, you should see that. And I think it's that time when it's not the night and it's not the day, so it's the sky and the angle and the colors, they're like somewhere stuck in the middle. So if they were given a little more creative effect and the angle was changed, I think this would be a really cool picture. That's all.
Anush.
यार I'm not against the colors वगैरह loud here इतनी ज़्यादा. This is like a lot of editing, a lot of color grading, and even in the editing इतनी ज़्यादा हुई भी है कि the gradient is not blending. Blue, light pink, purple, not blending at all. So like that is not good editing. ठीक है. Secondly, if this is for contrast, like I can clearly see they were trying to take a picture for contrast. It's not going along with the topic. किसी में contrast दिखाया जा रहा है. It's just a picture of sky. It's something you'll take for your daily aesthetics together. It's not something you will submit अपनी photography assignment के तौर पे because it doesn't follow any topic. मेरे ख्याल से she was going for the colors का contrast वाला scene, but that is not being applied here either. Secondly, the main thing is कि editing was prohibited, but यहाँ पे वो हुई भी है. So I think that's it.
All right, so this is next picture. This is, I'm assuming this is for contrast. And सबसे पहले तो, I mean, the idea is good. ठीक है, I like the idea. And I also like the fact that you used a plain background ताकि और कोई distractions ना हो, ठीक है. But what I think is कि थोड़ा सा ऐसी composition का मसला है. And I really like the idea. Other than that, yeah, I think that's all I have to say about this one. Anush, Vanya, on to you.
Okay, there is a creative element in the picture, and I think the thing that the effort that was done in like the idea, I think it does give elevates the picture's overall essence, because something an effort was done in this picture with the idea, which I think the idea should be the most important thing. The some little things could have been done, but I think the picture is good. I don't think the composition is really wrong, and with the colors, if like a little bit of the shadows were edited, which I assume they were not allowed to. So if the shadows were edited, the picture would have been a little different. But yes, it's a cool picture. That's all.
We can move on. Acha, so yeah, the idea is good. I won't say the idea is bad. The composition, although is not that good, it's okay. ठीक है. The colors are normal, and I do like the fact that the photographer used the plain background ताकि ज़्यादा distractions now. I really like the idea, लेकिन एक idea is useless if it's not being implemented सही तरीके से ना. So the composition is not bad. It's moderate, लेकिन I won't say that it's a bad picture. I like it, लेकिन the composition needs some work.
All right, next picture. अच्छा, this is वही, ठीक है. इसमें मुझे composition का ही मसला लग रहा है, and otherwise ये नीचे जो आ गई है border थोड़ा सा ये भी नहीं होना चाहिए, like I said कि plain white होना चाहिए background. Yeah, that's it. Vanya.
Yes. So firstly, yes, थोड़ा सा the hand was थोड़ा सा ऊपर so that the background was like equal, not equal, but it would be a little more like जो नीचे जाके थोड़ी सी distraction आ रही है. If it would have not been there, it would be more cool. But because I assume that it's by the same person, so you should not use like the same thing in like the first picture and the second picture. Like if the judges, they like the first picture and the same thing is done in the second picture, they think that you've done the only effort you've done is in one idea. So you should invest your effort in two ideas if the pictures are two and they're like completely different topics. So you should have had two different ideas. That's the thing. That's all.
Yeah, this is basically the same as the last picture हुआ, लेकिन इसमें composition ज़्यादा खराब है the picture and it's background पे अगर notice करें पिछले वाले में it was और इधर हमें सिर्फ जुबाब repeat देख के लग रहा है कि इतनी effort इसके अंदर नहीं डाली. So yeah, this is it.
All right. This is the next picture, and I mean, this is a very basic idea, ठीक है? And if you're trying to show contrast, इसमें मुझे like proper idea reflect नहीं हो रहा. And I just think this is I don't know what to say. I just think this is very basic, and you could have like given more thought to the topic. Vanya.
I think that there was a little effort in the idea. Like I see that there are two ideas implemented about there's a color contrast and then there's a visual contrast like in the story that's portrayed, but it would like it's not very prominent. The black should have been like really black and yeah, that's all. Like because there is a contrast with the color black, so there should have been more matte and more darker shade of black. That's all.
Anush.
Yeah, this is a very basic idea और इस भी कोई इतनी effort नहीं लगाई भी. I do appreciate the fact that the picture is symmetrical. That is like something I should appreciate. क्योंकि पिछली pictures में मुझे कुछ ऐसा नजर नहीं आया. So this is a symmetrical picture, that is good, but the idea is very basic and it doesn't really go along with the theme either. So like if I type na ki photography on Google, this picture will come up for sure. So yeah, it's basically basic. We can move on to the next one.
Acha, ye wohi wali hai, so we're just gonna skip this one. This one is a very aesthetic picture. This is very good. But I think इसका हल्का सा composition का मसला है, like बस थोड़ा सा ठीक है. Like if you look at it, तो I think it's slightly tilted towards the left. But other than that, this is a very good picture, and yeah, I also think it was very well thought out, the idea of this picture, and I like it. Vanya.
Yes, I think yes, it's a good picture. It's a cool picture, and it. I don't think there are like any major things that are wrong in the picture. And if you see this picture, you would. I think a lot the effort done in this picture, the idea, it was cool. So I would not say anything that was wrong with the picture. I like the picture. It's good.
Anush?
Yeah, this picture is really good. It's aesthetically very pleasing. I love how the background has no distractions or nature reflection. Like how clean the reflection is. I love everything about it. Composition में थोड़ा सा मसला है, symmetry का थोड़ा सा मसला है, हल्का सा tilted है, थोड़ा सा fix होने वाला है, but like even if you look at the reflections, तो जो हमारा main subject है, उसकी बिल्कुल base पे right side पे, left side से हमें पता लग जाएगा कि symmetry का क्या मसला आ रहा है. Overall, it's a really good picture. It's very aesthetically pleasing. ये वो, and if the photographer can, तो they should like send इसका बिल्कुल raw version to Xenia or something too.
Okay, so I'm moving on to the next one. Sorry. Okay, this one was by far my favorite picture out of all submissions. Again, it's very aesthetically pleasing. इसकी बस composition का थोड़ा सा मसला है. वही like हल्का सा left side पे जा रहा है. Other than that, it's a very good picture, and it's not basic either. I really like the background, and I also like the fact that whoever the photographer was, they basically tried to put the best use of their ghar ka interior. That's what I'm assuming, and it's a very nice picture.
Isn't it by the
So
same person? Like
yeah,
this picture? Oh, okay. Should I go? Like, should I?
go.
Okay. So, firstly, I would say the picture is really cool. Like the previous picture as well, and this picture as well. Like, and there is not really something wrong with pictures. They're really good. But I think that as there were two topics, if like the first picture and this picture is under uh, the contrast, it then it's fine. But if it one picture is with contrast and one is with perspective, I think there should, as the topics are so different, there should have been two different ideas. Like if the person has invested so much effort in one picture, you should have like it should have been more effort in the second picture. Like there should be two pictures on the same. Okay, if they're for contrast, then it's cool. Both pictures, I like both pictures. They're really good. Yes, that's all.
Anush.
Like we can get an idea. Uh, can you hear me?
Yes.
So yeah, this is a really good picture. It's really good. पिछली वाली भी अच्छी थी. This is better than the last one. इससे भी हल्का सा composition का मसला है, बहुत हल्का सा. But overall, it fits the topic. It's really aesthetically pleasing, and it looks overall really good. The idea is really good. So yeah, I really like it.
Okay, so this is the next one. I'm assuming this is for perspective. I like this one as well, but again, वो जो पीछे थोड़ा सा आ रहा है ऊपर की तरफ, I don't know what that is. That's kind of distracting. ठीक है, that's sort of distorting the composition of this picture. Otherwise, I like this picture. Again, it's aesthetically pleasing, and like there's like this style which can be reflected from the previous three pictures because they're from the same photographer. तो उनका एक like unique सा style नजर आ रहा है pictures में, which is a very good thing because um, by the end of these sessions we're also aiming that you guys sort of define your niche yourselves. So I like this one. Vanya?
Yes. Yes, the thing that Zina mentioned about like the style, exactly. The three pictures, they do have a very the black and white style, and it is really cool. And these pictures really give that um, a very professional essence. I don't know if that could be said, but yes, there's nothing majorly wrong with the three pictures. So I think that gives like the three pictures, they stand out and they're really cool. I think the person who did these pictures did a great effort. That's all.
Anush?
यार this is not a really good picture मैं ये कह सकता हूँ obviously it's aesthetically pleasing the photographer has their own style लेकिन this is not that good especially for perspective secondly I am assuming that this is a cage or something तो अगर ये कर सकते थे तो इनको चाहिए था कि ये हल्का सा आगे से मूव कर लेते ताकि पीछे जो विंडो है या कुछ भी जो नजर आ रहा है वो ना आ रहा होता because that is distracting in perspective आपको चाहिए कि आपका even if you're taking architecture photography आपका sky अगर ज़्यादा distracting ना हो तो बेहतर हो जाता है कि subject पे focus हो सके so like this is a good picture I like its framing वगैरह सब कुछ हल्का सा मसला यही है कि ये अगर पीछे कर लेते ना background ऊपर से plain होता so that would have looked like really good overall it's a really nice picture
Okay, so this is the last picture. I don't like इसका background because it's very distracting and again इसमें मुझे perspective वाला idea reflect नहीं हो रहा, like नहीं नजर आ रहा, ठीक है. Other than that, हाँ, I just think कि पिछली perspective वाली बेहतर थी. And इसमें it's just a background that's very distracting. And ये जो cage की bars हैं, these aren't that clear. That's it.
Okay, so firstly, pictures, like I think the fourth one is as well from the same person. So these four pictures, they do stand out. There's nothing wrong with the pictures, and I don't feel that there's like something really wrong with the picture. But like there are four pictures, and till the fourth one, the person is like the they're on the same thing. Even if the topic is contrast or if the topic is perspective, there's something that is same in the pictures. I get that the person is trying to show their style, but I think something could have been done a little different in the same style, but a little different, so that the people who are seeing it, they don't get bored. But the pictures are really cool, and I like. That's all.
Anush?
अच्छा यार so I don't really like this picture. इसमें कुछ इतना खास नहीं है. The background is not good. It doesn't suit the topic of perspective वगैरह. I like बाकी photos. I like them, but this is not special or something. It's just a random picture. So, yeah, you can move on to the next one.
I think अच्छा नहीं है. अच्छा, I think this was perspective highlight करने के लिए, लेकिन मुझे इस picture कोई समझ नहीं आ रही. इसका light source की placement isn't that nice, and the background is kind of distracting. And ये जो है ना perspective, I don't know, I think you took it between वो toilet paper roll वाला जो रह जाता है cardboard उसके through, but it actually looks, I don't know, it looks like ये editing की हुई है. But so that's why, like, you know, it just could have been better. I mean, like, I can see that she did put in some thought to it, लेकिन फिर भी it could have been better. Vanya?
So, firstly, again, I would say like if you're given a topic, you should like play safe. There's so many other things you could play with. with the picture. Like in this picture, clearly they're trying to show that something is happening, like the thing that's happening in the picture that has been set up. So I think that if you're like setting up your own stage or something, you should have done a little more effort in the story. You should have done have put some story in that. But why do so much effort when you can, there's so many other things you could have played with in this with a perspective topic. There's so many other angles that the judges are expecting for you to play with. So yes, that's the thing. More angles could have been played with, and if there was something, it's giving all the focus on what's happening in the picture. So we don't get what's really happening with those table tennis rackets and the ball. So yes, that's all.
Anush?
I get the theme of this picture, like you're trying to capture action and still picture taken on in motion. Yeah, but first of all, the concept isn't that clear, or it's like not that innovative. ठीक है. Thirdly, it's not symmetrical. नंबर 4, आपने जिस भी ऑब्जेक्ट से शूट किया है, इसको पिक्चर को कैप्चर किया है, उसमें भी आपने फ्रेमिंग का मसला काफ़ी सारा कर दिया. मतलब इफ़ यू सी फॉर योरसेल्फ, लेफ्ट साइड वाले से हल्की सी बॉर्डर से जगह कम है, राइट से ज़रा ज़्यादा है. सो एक वो इशू भी, और ओवरऑल भी इट्स नॉट symmetrical, or like it's not following any rules. So yeah, it has some issues. What you could have done is कि इसकी ऐसे क्या कहते हैं, I am guessing कि आपने किसी टिश्यू रोल के बीच में से पिक्चर ली है इसकी. उसके अलावा you should have done कि इसको प्लेन बैकग्राउंड के आगे रखती, इसकी पिक्चर लेती यूजिंग द नेगेटिव एंड पॉजिटिव स्पेस वाला रूल, और फिर इसका ब्लैक एंड वाइट करके कंट्रास्ट से दिखा देती. That would have looked good. But this doesn't make any sense. So I can see that you put in some effort, but it's not of any use.
All right, so now that we have very less time left, we're just gonna quickly go over the rest. I think there's just this one left, and we had 2 more, which I forgot to put in the folder. So I will be privately messaging, like all the mentors can just message them what they like about that picture. So we can just critique this one and we can wrap up the session. So for this, I don't see the contrast or perspective topic because I don't know which one this is. And other than that, I also think this is very basic. Like if you search photography on Google, जिसका Anush ने कहा था, इस type of picture नजर आएगी. So that's it. Vanya?
Yes, I think that not a lot of effort is put on the picture. Like only some color pencils are picked up, they put in the place, and that's all. Like the person who is, if you're doing this to someone who's a little more experienced, they would be expecting something where a lot of different techniques. And because in the previous classes we have done different techniques about different angles and things, so when you know a lot of these different things, you should add them to your pictures. So that's all.
Acha, for me, the picture is good. Framing is really good too. The picture is like really nice. I like the colors. I like the composition. I like the concept. It's good. It's not that bad.
All right, guys, we just have one more left, which I forgot to add in the folder, and I'm just adding it right now. It's going to take a minute because that one is a very good picture, and I think all of you should see because it's a topic वो perspective वाली topic बहुत अच्छी तरह reflect हो रही है. So let me just take that out. Okay, this is the picture.
Are you sure? We
Yeah,
can't
wait.
see it right now.
Just a second. Okay, so this is our picture. And इससे बहुत अच्छी तरह they reflected the topic of perspective. This is like the best picture we had gotten. And I like they're showing ये जो नीचे से इनका नजर आ रहा है, so like you have an idea, but then again you can't really figure out कि क्या चीज है, ठीक है? And that's a good thing in this case, क्योंकि perspective में ऐसा ही कुछ करना था. And I also like the colors. I like everything about this picture. Anush?
Yeah, like I really like this picture. This is like my favorite picture. Baki sab mein se. It goes along with the topic. It's perfectly symmetrical. It's following all the rules. The lighting is really good too, and I love the mystery ke how I am still trying to figure out. Ki, yeah, I think a washing machine key or something, but I really like the part iske bare mein ki it's actually appealing, and like I'm really attracted towards this picture. This is a really nice picture, and I love the colors. I love how natural they are, I guess, and yeah, it's really cool. So well done for
Exactly.
whoever took it.
So I said the same thing, that a lot of a lot of effort has been done with the idea, and whoever has taken this picture, like a lot of people, if you show it to them, they would be like trying to figure out how it's been taken. So when and in a very positive way, and when the people who see the picture, and when they give this response, I think that's a very positive thing for your picture. And we're still trying to figure out how the picture has been taken, and it's really cool. I love the idea.
Also, guys, this was the last picture, and that basically wraps up the whole session. Now that you guys have an idea okay, what type of pictures you're supposed to take, ठीक है, composition हमें समझा दी है, colors समझा दी है, light source वाली बातें समझा दी हैं. So we're hoping कि for the next pictures you guys keep all of that in mind. And also we're going to be uploading the links for Lightroom and Photoshop, and since our editing classes are starting from Monday, you guys have to download all of those, okay? And that's it.